Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Megan here, and if you're returning, welcome back. We are just coming out of a long 3-day weekend. I definitely indulged. I need this workout today. So we're just gonna do a total body Mat Pilates workout, really thinking about lengthening, strengthening, and toning the whole body. So let's go ahead and get started. You don't need any equipment, just yourself and your mat. So, all right. So we're just gonna start sitting on our bottoms and we're gonna come into a mermaid position. So for me, think of like a senior portrait or a cheerleading pose. So I have my left leg out and my right leg in front. But if this is too much for you and you don't have the flexibility or it just doesn't feel good, go ahead and cross your legs, no worries. So keeping our legs like this, we're just gonna reach, put our right hand down, and we're just gonna take an inhale as we reach our left arm up towards the ceiling. Pull those shoulders back, and then exhale as you laterally flex over towards that right side, opening that left side of the body. Back up to center, and hand comes down. Cool, so let's do that one more time. So let's inhale, reach that arm up towards the ceiling, pull those shoulders back, and then exhale as you reach over towards that right side, opening that left side of the body. And then back up to the ceiling, and then hand comes down. And then let's just reach both hands over towards that right side, and we're gonna do a push and pull. So I'm gonna pull back onto my right thigh, and I'm gonna push into my right hand. So I'm getting that spinal rotation, and I'm keeping my hips square towards the camera, and I'm just rotating through the waistline. And then slowly come on out of that. Good. So let's switch sides. Switching the direction of my legs. So same thing, just switching the legs. So now my right leg is out and my left leg's in front. We're gonna do the same thing. So left hand down. Let's take an inhale, reaching our hand up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, flexing over towards that left side now and opening that right side of the body. Pull those shoulders back, don't collapse in the chest. And then back up to the ceiling and hand comes down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, hand comes up to the ceiling. And then exhale towards that left side, opening that right side of the body, engage that core. And then back up to the ceiling, hand comes down. And now let's go into that spinal rotation. So I'm gonna place my left hand down, my right hand comes onto my left thigh. I'm gonna pull back into my left thigh and press into that left hand. As I rotate my spine, I'm looking back over towards my left shoulder. And then I'm slowly coming on out of that. Great, so let's go ahead and come down towards our side, onto our sides now. So I'm coming down to my left side because I'm already here. So I'm going to be perched up on my left forearm. So I have my forearm down. Remember, elbows right under our shoulders. Let's go ahead. First, make your legs stacked. And then when you're ready, reach your top leg out. So make sure your hips are stacked here. You're not rolled out onto that right side. So you want your hips stacked, that top leg to be nice and long. Press through that shoulder, always checking our posture, make sure everything's in place. And then from here, we're just going to do some leg sweeps. So let's lift our leg up to hip level. And now we're gonna sweep it in front of us, pull back, and then lateral lift. So we're just sweeping in front and then lateral lift straight up and down. So the challenging part here is just to make sure this hip stays up. I don't drop my leg past my hip level, so it's not starting here. It's right in line with the hip. So kick front, and then lateral lift. Good. Now make sure you're pressing through this shoulder. You're not sagging into it. Good job, guys. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and last one. Bring that leg just right in front of you where you can see your toes, and then just little circles. So I'm circling forward. I still haven't dropped my leg, so it stays up at hip level for 2 and 1. Let's reverse the direction. For 5, 4, and 1. Now keep that leg up. You're gonna sweep it in front of you so it's in line with that bottom leg. See if you can point the toes down a little. And now we're just gonna lift and lower. Toes tap and up. It can be a small movement here, just depending where you're at. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back in line. So now we're going to be able to move our hips with this next exercise. So I'm going to reach my leg back behind me. As I do that, I'm going to allow my arm to come in front. So you'll see that my shoulders are shifting towards that floor, and I'm reaching long through this leg, still lifting it, and then coming back, and then swinging my arm back as I swing my leg forward. So opposite leg and arm and forward. So allow your hips to open here, especially when you bring that leg back and that arm forward. And just keep that leg up at hip level. So this is a nice little stretch, opening up our hips for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on in. Good. From here, let's go ahead and lay all the way down now. So I'm going to reach my left arm out so it becomes a little pillow for me. And now my bottom leg, I'm going to extend it all the way out. Now the top leg is going to come right in front. So the top leg comes right in front. You can pull back onto the ankle here to really kind of keep it up towards the up towards your hip basically. And then you're gonna flex that bottom leg. So that bottom leg, that foot is gonna be flexed. We're gonna hit some inner thighs. So keeping that bottom foot flexed, pulling back onto this top foot, really pushing it into our body, we're going to lower and lift this bottom leg. So by keeping that foot flexed, we're really starting to target into that inner thigh. Good. So it can be a slow movement here. And really find that sweet spot, that inner thigh activating to lower and lift that leg. Good. Slow and effective here. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and last one. Keep it up and then just circle that leg forward. Keep that foot flexed. Really flex it. Really feel that inner thigh moving for 3, 2, 1. Let's circle back now. These can be little circles, but really feel that inner thigh for 3, 2, 1. Now we're just going to rainbow that leg. So I'm going to drop it back, and then I'm going to lift it and drop it forward. So it's a little tiny rainbow, but very effective. Try to keep minimal movement in the hips for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and stretch both legs out. Take a quick little breather here. So now we're laying onto our side, hips are stacked, both legs are out straight. Let's come perched up back onto our forearm here. So we're going to start with the leg. We're going to start actually on our side, hips are stacked, legs are stacked, and then from here, you're going to go ahead and roll back on that bottom hip as you reach both legs up, reaching for the toes, and then rolling back onto the side. So let's start with our hands overhead on our left forearm, legs are stacked, and then we're going to roll back and using our core to lift the legs and then back to starting position. Good. So really try to reach through those legs nice and strong, point those toes, and then back to starting position. Remember, push through that left shoulder, don't sag. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Go ahead and put that down. Good job, guys. So now we're going to do a side plank variation. So from here, let's just start with the bottom leg down, pressing through that left shoulder, extending that right leg here, okay? So this is like very beginner. If you can't put that stress or, that weight on your arm too much, you can start here. When you're ready, you're going to lift up. So you have to push through this arm still, but you're going to have that support through that bottom leg. Hand comes behind your head, and now you're going to lift through this left side. So really think about lifting up through that oblique, and you're just going to rotate, bring your elbow to your hand, and back up. So we're hitting those obliques. And now, if you want a little bit more challenge, go ahead and extend both legs out, and we're going to stack both feet. So both feet are stacked, legs are stacked, same thing. We're going to rotate that elbow down and up. So we're doing the same movement with the hands and the arms, but now we just have both legs stacked. So it's a little bit more challenging like this. And remember, we're still pressing through that left arm. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last one here, guys. See if you can separate the legs. Arm comes up. Nice little star here. And you can hold this position for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come on down. Whew. Great job, guys. So slowly come out of that. If you need a towel off, go ahead. I'm definitely starting to heat up, so it's a good thing. And then let's do everything on that other side. So let's start laying on our side here. So we're going to bring our forearm down. So I have my right forearm down. And I'm pressing through that arm. I'm not sagging through that shoulder. I know I say this a lot, but I really want to stress how bad it is for you to sag into the shoulder. So really keep that arm strong. And then let's bring our bottom leg to tabletop. And our top leg now is my left leg. So that's going to be our mover for now. And then when we're ready, we're just going to go right into those leg sweeps. So let's lift that leg up towards hip level. So starting position, really strong leg here. And we're going to bring it forward, back, lateral lift. So we're just doing a straight leg sweep in front, and then a lateral lift up and down. So remember here, the challenging part is keeping this leg up at hip level. I'm not going to drop it down. It stays in line with the hip the entire time when we come back to that starting position. Good. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Go ahead and bring it right kind of at the diagonal so you can see your toes, and we're just going to do little circles forward. Don't drop that leg. Keep it lifted at hip level. Make sure you're pressing through this right forearm. 2 and 1. Let's reverse the direction. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now let's sweep our leg in front so it's in line with that bottom leg. Point the toes down. And now we're just going to lower and lift. Tap the toes and lift. Still engaging that core. We're really working into those hip abductors. So feeling that sweet spot, outer thigh. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. So now we're going to go into those leg sweeps, adding those arms, really allowing those hips to open here. So let's go ahead, lift that leg up towards hip level, and then reach it back as we reach our left arm in front, keeping that leg lifted, allowing those hips to open here, and then pulling back. So your arm is just going the opposite direction of your leg. And we're really squeezing those glutes, pointing those toes, reaching long through those legs For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on in. Good. Let's go ahead and lay down now. So I'm going to lay fully on my side. I'm going to reach my right arm forward. So I'm going to use it as a little pillow here. And now my top leg, we're going to stretch both legs out. Now my top leg comes up in front, like almost like a figure 4 here. And, oh, it's actually a really nice stretch for all the hip abductors we just did. So this feels good. And then flexing that bottom foot. So that bottom leg is straight, and we're going to flex that foot, and we can pull back onto this top foot just so it stays in place here. Flex that foot, and now lift, and then slowly resist it coming down. So you really want to find that inner thigh engagement here. So by flexing that foot, we're really activating that inner thigh. So it's a slow and controlled movement. Remember, nothing fast. You want to find that sweet spot. Good. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then the last one, keep it up, and then just little circles forward. Keep that foot flexed. For 2 and 1, let's reverse the direction. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now let's do that with slight little rainbow. So it comes down and lifting and lowering. So it's a little rainbow here, but lots of inner thigh. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and extend both legs out. Take a quick little stretch. Ooh, my legs are definitely warm. Just kind of take a quick little breather right here. And then let's come on up. Okay guys, so let's come back up onto our forearm, and we're going to reach both legs out. We're going to keep them stacked here. So we're going to go into those ab crunches again. So hips are stacked, starting position. Hips are stacked on our forearm, pressing through this arm. Legs are long, and then when we're ready, let's start with our hand overhead. So we're reaching long, and then we're going to roll onto that right hip as we bring both legs up, touching towards our toes, and then back to starting position. So it's a slight little roll onto the hip as we reach, and then slowly come on back. So really use those abs to create a nice V shape with the body here. And then slowly coming on down, lengthening through that spine and keeping those hips stacked. Good. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one guys, and 1. Good. And then the last one here, we're going to come into that side plank variation. So same thing, we'll start with the kind of the beginner ones here, keeping the leg down. So let's bring our top leg long and our bottom leg rested. We're going to bring our hand behind our head, and when you're ready, you're going to press through that forearm, bringing the body off of the mat, but keeping your knee down and reaching that top leg long, and you're just going to bring your elbow towards your hand and up. So we're hitting through those obliques. Think about really lifting up through this right side, press through that shoulder. And then when you're ready, and you're with me, go ahead and extend both legs, stacking the feet, and then same thing. Just rotating, and then coming back to starting position. Really pressing through that arm, lifting up through that right oblique. For 5, 2. And last one, hold it. And if you can, reach the arm and lift the leg. Nice little star and hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Good job, guys. Come on out of that. And then when you're ready, let's go ahead and sit onto our bottoms. So we're gonna sit onto our bottoms. Our feet are going to be out in front of us. Feet are flat. So you wanna sit high on your sit bones here. We're gonna do a little roll down variation. So sitting high on our bottoms. Let's go ahead and reach our arms out in front of us. Really think about lifting up. From here, just sitting tall in the sit bones, feet are flat. We're just gonna lift our arms up and back in front. So bringing them up towards our ears and then directly back in front of us, so palms facing in. So inhale up, exhale down. Really engaging that core. For 2. And 1. Same thing, stay lifted. We're just gonna bring it out to a T and in. So a little hug a tree. Still staying solid in those sit bones. Still engaging the core for 3, 2, and 1. Good, hands in front. So now we're gonna tuck it in, find that nice little C curve, and just roll down a little bit further. Nothing too far. You just wanna find that C curve here. We're gonna do the same thing with the arms. Lift and lower. Good, so it gets a little bit harder as we roll down further. More core engagement here. And last one, and then let's open up to a T in center. So nice little hug a tree. We're staying really controlled in our C curve for 3, 2, and 1. Hands back in front. Last one here. See if you can roll down just a tad further. It doesn't have to be big. Just still controlling it in the core. Lift and lower. So now definitely a lot more challenging here. For 3, 2, strong core guys, and 1, then open to a T and center. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands in front, and now let's slowly roll on down. Find that C curve and find our mat. I'm just gonna scoot down a little and put my towel underneath my back because it gets really kind of sticky. So now we're laying completely flat onto the floor, onto our mats. Feet are the same thing. So keeping our feet flat, head back, reaching our arms up towards the ceiling. So now I'm gonna start with my leg in front of you so you can see. So keeping my right foot down, I'm just gonna lift my left foot and then tap the toe. So just kind of like a single leg march. So you're like, oh, these are pretty easy, which they are, but the challenging part is you don't want your hips or your pelvis to move. You're just moving through this leg. So it's gonna get a little bit more challenging as we add on. In 3, so try to keep everything still. 2, last one, keep it up. So same thing, same mentality here, keeping everything still. We're just gonna allow that knee to drop towards the side and then back up. So these are really slow and controlled here. Because if you go fast, your right foot, your right leg that is just staying very still, it will drop too. So you really are using your core to keep everything pretty still. For 2, and last one, let's go ahead and put that leg down. So let's do the same thing on that right side. So we're just gonna start with the high knee mark, so bring the leg up and then tapping the toe. Good, remember keeping everything still, so nothing fast here. For 2, and 1, lift it up. Now let's drop that right leg, that knee towards the floor or mat, and then lift. So we're just opening up those hips, using the core to control it, so everything is very still. for 2, and 1, bring it down. Good, so now let's lift our head, neck, and shoulders up. From here, let's bring both legs to tabletop, and we're gonna do the same thing. So dropping that right foot, left foot, so toe tap up, down and up. So now we're just lifting our head, neck, and shoulders. A little bit more challenging, more core. For 2, and 1. Let's bring our arms up to standing for this. So we're gonna drop that left leg out and in. So same thing, everything stays as still as possible. For 2, and 1. Bring our arms back, and now let's do that other leg. So toe tapping our right foot. If this gets too much for the head, neck, and shoulders, guys, you can put your head down. And last one, bring those arms up, and then let's allow that right leg to fall towards that right side and lift. For 3, I'm starting to shake, so this means they're really effective. 2, and 1. Good, guys. From here, let's reach everything out, arms out, legs out, and let's go into 100. Start pumping those arms, little tiny pumps right by our side, reaching long through those toes, through those legs. Good, engaging that core, and exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last set, inhale, exhale. Good, from here, keep your arms long, and just gonna lower and lift those legs. So a lot of core burnout right now. Lower and lift, reach through those hands. For 3, 2, and 1. Let's go into scissor kicks. So reaching one leg up and down. Still reaching those arms long. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one here, guys. Just crisscrossing those legs. Stay strong in that core. You got it. Breathe. Engaging that core. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug those knees and just hug them into your chest. Good job. Just take a quick little breather here. And when you're ready, roll on up. Good. We're almost done here. I just want to go ahead and do some back extensions because I think we can all use those. So we're going to come on up, and now we're going to switch onto our stomach. So laying down onto our stomachs, let's interlace our fingers and make a little pillow here. So from here, I'm going to keep my head down. I'm reaching my legs out long, and I'm just going to do a single leg lift. So I'm going to squeeze my glutes, engage the hamstrings, and I'm just going to lift my right leg as high as I'm able to and lower it. And now my left. So I'm just switching between legs. My upper body is very relaxed. And I'm just moving through those legs, squeezing my glutes, squeezing the leg, seeing how high I can lift that thigh off the mat, reaching my leg long towards that back wall. For 2, and 1. Now I'm going to do double legs. So I'm going to squeeze my legs together, same thing. Push my pubic bone into that mat as I lift both legs up and lower. Squeeze those glutes, reach those legs long. For 3, 2, and last one, keep them out and then just flutter those legs. 5, see how high you can lift those thighs up. 4, 3, 2, and 1, both legs down. Good job. Now let's reach both arms out. So now we're going to have our face kind of resting on our mat here. Now we're going to keep the lower body relaxed and work into that upper body. From here, I'm just going to reach my right arm up, lifting my head, off of the mat because I'm lifting my chest up, but my head follows my chest, and then back down. And I'm just switching arms. So I'm allowing my chest and head to follow in place. And remember, my head's not up, my eye gaze stays down at the floor and down. For 3, 2, and last one down. Good. Now we're going to do the same thing with both arms. So from here, reaching those arms out long, make sure they're a shoulder distance apart. And we're going to reach up through the thoracic spine, really lifting that chest up as high as you can. Reach those arms out long, and then back down. So, same thing here. The legs are relaxed, but think about pushing your pubic bone into that mat to really help lift that chest. For 3, 2, last one. Stay lifted. Now we're going to bring our arms down to a goalpost and then reach. So we're just bending and extending through the elbow. See how high you can lift that chest up. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Stay here, guys. Now we're going to circle those arms all the way around. So palms, our hands come down towards our waist and palms are down. Let's just take a quick little breather here. So bring your head down. And then now we're going to reach everything up. So our legs and our arms. So now we're going to come into a nice little Viking boat position. So we're going to get full back extension. So when you're ready, we're going to lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Lift those arms up off the mat so they're hovering. And then squeezing pushing the pubic bone into the mat, lifting those legs, squeezing the glutes. So how high you can lift. And then down. Let's do that again. Everything lifts. Let's do 3 more. Take your time here. Think about how we're lifting everything. 2 more. Really squeezing those glutes, lifting that chest up. Eye gaze stays at the floor, pointing those toes. And then last one. And see how high you can lift it. So you can lift a little bit higher. For 3, 2, and 1. Come on down. Good. Let's go ahead and switch our arm position again. I'm just going to do a nice little stretch here. Bringing our hands right by our chest, so it's in line with your chest. Elbows are about a 45-degree angle, so they're kind of out to the diagonal. They're not straight out to this side. From here, head stays down. We're just going to go into a swan lift. Press through those hands, lifting your chest up off the mat. Your head follows. So you're not dropping your head back. It stays in line with your spine. Really press through those hands, engage that core, lifting up. And then bending the elbows and coming right back down. Let's do that one more time. Press through those hands, extending those arms, and lifting up that body. Squeeze those glutes. And then bend the elbows and come back down. Good job, guys. We're done. Let's just take a quick stretch. So bend, tuck your toes under, and we're just going to push up and come into a nice little downward dog or pyramid. So press through those hands, pushing your body back. Try to place both feet down onto that mat. So you get that nice hamstring stretch. Engaging the core. And then let's walk one leg out at a time, one foot. So nice little prances here. Good. For 3, 2, and 1. Bend knees and come on down. Perfect. Alrighty, guys. That was about a 35-minute total body Mat Pilates class. We were really focusing on lengthening, strengthening, and toning the whole body. So hopefully you got a really nice workout, stretched the whole body, and coming out of that long weekend, I definitely could have used that exercise, this whole exercise. So I'm happy you guys did it with me. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys later. Thanks, bye.